from Matter Michael. Tá fáilte roimh go baile á Trim. This is the Old Rectory in Lomond Street, Trim, one of the oldest continuously inhabited buildings in Trim. It was erected in 1751 opposite St. Patrick's Church, and it was the residence of the Church of Ireland clergymen. There have been many alterations, of course, since 1751 in the building. The house had extensive formal gardens, which are now occupied by a housing estate, and it had stables and a coach house, which is where the new parish school was built fairly recently. The best remembered resident was Dean Richard Butler, who collected and published much of the history of Trim. He lived there from 1819 until his death in 1861. His large box tomb is in the churchyard nearby, and the clock on the church tower is a memorial to him. In 1955, a new rectory was built opposite the church, and the old rectory was converted into flats, with the boardroom continuing to be used by the parish for vestry meetings and for other parochial meetings. For some years, Martina Quinn operated a Montessori school in the building. More recently, Sandy McNally has turned it into a guest house and a vintage tea rooms. It has also been a venue for some musical and drama events, and Matt, of course, has been involved in some of them. He'll tell you more about one of them.
And so, here I am in my best bib and tucker, all dressed up, and in the environs of the beautiful building in Lomond Street in Trim, which we know as the Old Rectory. Now, I'm going to connect the two situations. What's it all about? Well, we're in the month of June, and June happens to be the birth month of my hero John McCormack. He was born on the 14th of June 1884. I was born myself on the 10th of June, so there's not that many days between us, but I think there's something like 53 years. McCormack was even a bit older than my dad. Anyway, Sandy McNally asked me a few years ago, and I think it was 2018 BC, before COVID, would I think about presenting a recital or a bit of music, doing something in her beautiful building. And I said, sure, I was delighted with the challenge. So when McCormack's birthday came around to be celebrated, I put on a record recital there and an exhibition of his life and lifetimes, and I was greatly supported by two of his granddaughters, Tish Tinney and Patricia Kelly. And we all had a lovely evening, and it all went very well. So COVID has come and put a damper on lots of things. Now, so I decided I was going to sing a song just to celebrate the memory of the great man. To be honest with you, my first inclination was to sing Smiling Through, which was my dad's favourite. And I was inclined to just to play the recording that I made with the Scottsdale Symphony in 1977. But when I played it, to be honest with you, I discovered we left a verse out, short a verse. So I said, well, I'm not going to shortchange people in my old age. But it would be giving you what the critics used to call my natural bel canto. And in intervening years, my natural bel canto has become my bel can't do. But anyway, here I am going to sing The Sunshine of Your Smile. love's radiant sunshine in your dear, dear face. Give me your smile, the love light in your eye. Life could not hold a fairer paradise. Give me the right to love you all the while. My world forever, the sunshine of your smile. Shadows may fall upon the land and sea, sunshine from all the world may hidden be, but I can see no cloud upon the sun. Your love will light my life till life is done. Give me your smile, the love light in your eye. Life could not hold a fairer paradise. Give me the right to love you all the while. My world forever, the sunshine of your
Here is a poem by Shel Silverstein, an American poet who died in 1999. He was also a cartoonist, a children's author, a songwriter, and a playwright. But he's best known for his light verse. And this poem, Where the Sidewalk Ends, comes from his first major poetry collection, which has the same name. It was published in 1974. Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. There is a place where the sidewalk ends, and before the street begins, and there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moonbird rests from its flight to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black and the dark street winds and bends, past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow. We shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk white arrows go to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go. For the children they mark, and the children they know the place where the sidewalk ends. And to continue our John McCormack celebration for his birthday, here's Matt singing 3 of John McCormack's favourite songs. And these are taken from Matt's concerts in Scottsdale, Arizona, with the Scottsdale Symphony Orchestra, recorded in the 1980s and the 1990s.
There's not in the wide world a valley so sweet as the vale in whose bosom the bright waters meet. Oh, the last rays of feeling and life must depart ere the bloom of that valley shall fade from my heart, ere the bloom of that valley shall fade from my heart. Yet it was not that nature had shed o'er the scene our purest of crystal and brightest of green. 'Twas not our soft magic of streamlet or hill, oh no, it was something more exquisite still. Oh no, it was something more exquisite still. Roses are shining in Picardy, in the hush of the silver dew. Roses are flowering in Picardy, but there's never a rose like you. And the roses will die with the summertime, though our roads may be far apart. But there's one rose that dies not in Picardy. 'Tis the rose that I keep in my heart. And the years go on forever, till the shadows veil their skies, and he longs to hold her little hand, and look in her sea blue eyes. And she sees the road by the poplars, where they met in those bygone years. But the first little song of the roses is the last little song she hears. Roses are shining in Picardy, in the hush of the silver dew. Roses are flowering in Picardy, but there's never a rose like you. I hear you calling me, and oh, the ringing gladness of your voice, the words that made my longing heart rejoice. You spoke, do you remember? And my heart still hears the distant music of your voice. I hear you calling me, though years have stretched their weary length between, and on your grave the mossy grass is green. I stand, do you behold me listening here? rejoice through all the years between. I hear your calling
Have you done your road work? You gotta keep your left up and stay without any reply. But straight on Kellogg's Bran Flakes, that's a different matter. Here's where they all comply. They're tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty. You gotta try a left up followed with a right cross. Have you seen the guy you gotta beat? But straight on Kellogg's Bran Flakes, that's a different matter. Here's where they all agree. They're tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're Kellogg's Bran Flakes. They're very tasty.
Here's a short little poem of mine, which is really about trains. I grew up beside the railway line, so trains were a very important part of my early life. It's called excursions, which I always thought was a beautiful word. Excursions. I was born by train tracks. Their raucous transit soundscaped my growing up. Steam, diesel, freight, express. And those excursion specials. Excited faces at brief windows, making their noisy passages to places still worth visiting. This electric hum and rattle takes me back, takes me home. Summer smell of sleepers, after tang of coal smoke, whiff of diesel. I rock with rhythms of rail, certainties of track curving me to whichever station home is. We're going to finish this week with Kevin Byrne, the evergreen Kevin Byrne, singing Mexicali Rose, a song which was first published in 1923 and has been sung by many of the great singers, including Gene Autry, Bing Crosby, Jerry Lee Lewis, Slim Whitman, Vera Lynn, Jim Reeves, and even Clint Eastwood. A 1939 film was called Mexicali Rose, and it used the song. So Kevin is going to sing that for us. Our next video will be in 2 weeks, and we intend to continue making videos every fortnight, at least for the summer. Until we see you again in 2 weeks, take care and God bless.
Mexicali Rose, stop crying. I'll come back to you some sunny day. Every night you'll know that I'll be pining. Every hour a year while I'm away. Dry those big brown eyes and smile, dear. And it's all those smiles, and please don't sigh. Kiss me once again and hold me. Mexicali Rose, goodbye. Mexicali Rose, stop crying. I'll come back to you some sunny day. Every night you'll know that I'll be pining. Every hour a year while I'm away. Dry those big brown eyes and smile, dear. Banish all those tears and please don't sigh. Kiss me once again and hold me. Mexicali Rose, goodbye.
And when the great call comes, the sunset gleams, I'll walk